What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning into another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a fantastic weekend. Sunday night, 10 o'clock. A little late here, but as I told you, got my first appointment tomorrow. Let's have it go right all way in the morning. So excited here, but wanted to put this bad boy out. We also have the tampering period for free agency. So I'll be home. We'll go over anybody the Eagles are going to sign, and we'll talk about it all tomorrow night. But I've got the defense and special teams here. We talked about the offense yesterday. Go check that bad boy out. There are a bunch of free agents out there that are definitely intriguing. The Eagles have some of their own, talked about a lot. So go check that out. Let me know how you feel. That is what that bad boy looks like, just like this one you're watching here today. But yeah, go check it out. Now, today, let's get into this defense and the special teams units. And look, clearly the Eagles have a lot of free agents here and a lot of questions on the defense. A lot of people talking about the Eagles getting rid of Jalen Carter, Zach Bond. Every week it's somebody. Cooper DeJean is next, I guess. But I find that stuff to be truly annoying and dumb. So let's get into what's actually going on here and take a look at what the Eagles have, who the free agents are, and we'll take a look at the top 20 at each position if those positions have it. Now, the guys, the special teams, not going to have 20. So let's get that out of the way. Long snappers. Look, Charlie Hewlett is a free agent. So is our punter. Our kicker's under contract, but had his struggles. So we're going to talk about these here briefly. You guys can let me know how you feel, but we'll start it off with those long snappers. And, okay, you want to bring Charlie Hewlett back? Maybe, sure. There's some other guys. Jake McQuaid. Maybe you bring him in. Sean Mannion was there when McQuaid was there. Maybe they have familiarity. And I know Mannion's on offense, but you never know, dude. These relationships maybe bring people on. But there are some options out there. But the Eagles better find a good snapper because that has definitely caused some issues for Jake Elliott. So please get a good long snapper, whoever it is. But there's the top 12. You can let me know who your favorite is from that list. I know you guys have a lot of long snappers you're looking forward to talking about. But now we also have some punters. And remember, Braden Mann is a free agent, and, well, he's my top free agent here at punter. And I think the Eagles should definitely do their best to bring him back. If not, other options, man. Johnny Hecker, somebody that was also in St. Louis. I mean, whatever, dude. Those relationships, you never know. But there are definitely options here for the Eagles if they don't get Braden Mann back. But I really think you should do your best to do that. Now, at kicker, I really feel, Jake Elliott, his contract's going to be hard for them just to move on, but they could if they want. We need a kicker that's going to be good. And if you want to bring in some competition, I'm not against it. But get a good long snapper, get a good punter, get a good kicker maybe to compete. And maybe you're looking for someone in the draft or an undrafted kid, but there are some good free agents out here. Prater, Sanders, Gonzalez, Carlson, Folk, Sly, Carty, Patterson. There were two more, but they both just got signed. Took them off, Groupie and the Cardinals, Ryland. But some options there. Now, you guys can let me know how you feel, whether it be kicker, punter, long snapper, whoever you would like to see the Eagles add to this roster. But that's the special teams. Let's get into the defense here. And this is one of those positions. Obviously, Jordan Davis just got himself paid, and today was officially the day it was done. But we were all excited yesterday. And look, to me, this front, holy hell, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Moro Ajomo, the best in the NFL. And you've got Byron Young. You've got Ty Robinson, Gabe Hall back. So you've got a lot of pieces here already. 6 guys I really like. You can always look in the draft. But we have no free agents there. I know a lot of people talking about trading Carter. I think that's just another thing someone's making up. They always make things up every year. They pray that something happens. It never does. 1 out of 100 times they get something. So we'll see if anything ever happens. And I told you. Yeah, you sure did. You also told us a bunch of BS. So I'm rocking with what we got. But hey, God forbid something happens. There are a lot of options, or you just want to add some depth this summer. Got a lot of guys there. Now, doubt guys like Jonathan Allen, Hargrave, people that, could definitely start. Daquan Jones, Reeder, Onumeta. They're not going to come here and be backups. So you're going to have to look for your Brent Urbans, Tim Settles. And look, these guys could start in places. I'm just saying. If you're signing anyone, if you're the Eagles, I think, more so a depth piece and some definite good options out there. at interior D-line, whether you want a nose tackle, a D tackle, a versatile piece like Logan Hall can play all over the line. So, I mean, options here abound if your team needs it, but I think the Eagles are just fine and dandy there. Now, at the edge position, this is where the Eagles, like every player is a free agent, and I love what we do have, but going to need to add to this, and it always begins in the trenches. Love the middle, but what's on the outside here? So we're looking at these defensive ends, outside linebackers, right? The guys that fit this system. And Nolan Smith, Jalen Hunt, I love those young kids. And I know people talking about getting rid of Nolan Smith now. Okay. I thought he did pretty well. He needs to stay healthy, continue to develop. But like Brandon Graham, I don't think it's wise to just jump ship on him yet. But you've got guys like Jalen Phillips, Uche, Ojulari, Okoronkwo, Brandon Graham, Patrick Johnson are there too. So a lot of free agents. And man, I like Jalen Phillips a lot. I would not be against bringing him back at all, but I've heard some things about prices. You never can trust that stuff. But Uche was someone who played pretty well. I liked what he had to bring to the table, but he fell down the depth chart with Phillips being there. And Ojulari banged up again. Don't know that he comes back. Okoronkwo. BG said he would be welcome to come back, but I don't know, man. Let the old man retire. Love him. Still got some left in the tank, whatever. But going to need some help here, regardless. Patrick Johnson's a great special teamer, but he went to New England. See if they bring him back, reserve future, or whatever happened there. But there's definitely a lot of guys the Eagles are not going to have back. So there's some options. Everybody knows Trey Hendrickson is the hot commodity, and rightfully so. I would love to pair him with Nolan Smith and Jalen Hunt. Oh, my Lord. That would be awesome. But don't know that it's a reality. And there are other guys out there. You know, Jalen Phillips would be great, but Ebikidi there. Dafe, Owe, I would be okay with that. Boye Mafe as well. You've got Kwity Paye. I know a lot of people like. AJ Epinesa is somebody I'm a fan of. Caleb Chasson is there. Draymond Jones. Cam Jordan still got some. Jadeveon Clowney, Von Miller. You've got some old guys there. Wonham and got Uche here. I think definitely a lot of pieces. Now, in the draft, you got to go to the edge. So please do that. But definitely some options. And I think, you know, bringing Phillips would be great. But if you can get some cheaper guys, Mafe, Owe for a little bit cheaper, or Cam Jordan as a vet, and then add someone in the draft, bring O'Shea back, I would be okay with that. Now, on the linebackers, where a lot of chatter that you got to bring Nakobe Dean back. And look, I'm a big fan of Nakobe Dean. You know, a lot of people are giving me a lot of hate for supporting him, but you know, that was a couple years ago. Now people, I think, see what we were talking about here. But to me, he deserves to get paid. And we drafted Jahad Campbell knowing this was coming. Just like what we talked about with Hassan Reddick and Darius Slay, all these things. The proof is in the pudding, ladies and gentlemen. And, well, you have Trotter Jr., you have Smile Munden Jr. So you've got depth pieces, too. Chance Campbell they really liked last year. So 5 guys that are going to be competing. I'm sure you can sign someone or add someone in the draft, but I don't know that Nakobe Dean is going to be back. And for the right price, I'd be down with it. But again, he definitely earned himself a payday, even though banged up. Maybe that, you know, kind of helps the Eagles. But yeah, I don't know that we need to add too much here. I think Nakobe, one of the better, you know, linebackers out there. So I think he'll get himself paid. Devin Lloyd, Quay Walker, Bush, Davis. I mean, there's guys that are definite starting material. You know, if the Eagles are looking to add anyone, maybe a Holcomb or Rodriguez. Now, honestly, a lot of these guys could be starters in most places. So I don't know that the Eagles, again, would add anyone. And I think Nakobe Dean is one of the better of the top 20. So I think he could get himself paid. I'd love to have a guy like Quincy Williams, but we don't need him. Again, we don't need linebackers. Ivan Pace, he's restricted, but he's another good one. But Eagles, I'm not seeing it. So let me know how you're feeling about it. Any of these positions, who of these guys do you like? Who would you be adding? We're getting into the cornerbacks here, into the secondary. And we talked about this last year. You know, who are you going to have? We love Q. We love Coop. But, yeah, Adoree Jackson actually played a lot better as the year went on. But you have to address this position. Michael Carter II, I love him. Maybe he can help us at safety, though. A versatile D-back. Jacorian Bennett, maybe he shines, steps up. Mac McWilliams, Kaylee Ringo. Yeah, don't know about Kaylee, but I think Mac McWilliams was a good pick. Another versatile defensive back like Michael Carter, you know, one of those guys you hope can play inside, outside, can dabble at safety. Ambry Thomas and Tariq Castro Fields, versatile D-backs that, again, trying to fit this Vic Fangio system. Don't know that you bring back Adore. So maybe you pair him with a, top free agent out there. I mean, in my opinion, I'd go get another young guy in the draft, but it all depends on how things fall. So some insurance, go sign somebody. And you've got some really talented guys. I know Tariq Woolen kind of fell off a little bit at times, but I think he's very talented, got a great skill set, big size dude, but we'll see. It really comes down to price with a lot of these guys. Got guys like Roger McCreary out there, Fabian Moreau, that I think are names that don't pop up as much, but I think could definitely benefit the team. Joshua Williams and Jalen Watson actually played better than I think KC gets credit for, but their defense was pretty good. And McDuffie gets traded, but they've got a lot of pieces here looking to revamp, I guess. But Monteric Brown, another underrated name out there. Tre'Davious White was stepping it up. Newsome didn't do so great with the Jags. But look, man, with these guys not doing so great, they maybe come on a one-year deal and, a prove-it deal, and it really helps the team. So guys like Trevon Diggs, Awuzie, Stokes. I really like James Pierre from Pitt. Alante Taylor. He's a fun defensive back that I think would be intriguing to see here. Asante Samuel Jr. started playing well for Pitt at the end. Marshawn Lattimore is kind of washed, but I threw him in here for the top 20 because maybe in the right system he does okay. But definitely don't want him playing too much man. Now, getting into the safeties is a position where the Eagles, oh, Lord, already kind of needed help even with Reed Blankenship. And Reed Blankenship, well, he's a free agent. So I love Drew Makuba. Hope he stays healthy. Can't wait to watch him continue to develop. Played great last year. Sidney Brown is a special teamer. Has not developed. Don't know if he will, but you need some help. I like Andre Sam. I like Brandon Johnson. Versatile D-backs that we keep talking about. But I don't know that this is the safety room that you bring into the season and feel comfortable with. I would go high in the draft. Again, depends on who's available and where. But definitely go get a safety to pair with Makuba for the future. Do you bring Reed Blankenship back? I don't know. Really depends on his market. We'll see what people want to pay, but if it's team friendly, come on back. If not, go get you a stud, man. There's Brian Cook out there. I don't know that I want Curl. I would want more. Makuba's your coverage guy, really, but your safeties have to be interchangeable, man. They got to be able to have the same skill set. So a versatile guy that can cover. Don't know that, it's too much of, Cameron Curl. Now, guys like Jalen Thompson, oh, yeah, Jalen Hawkins, you got Brisker, Peppers, Blankenship's there, Jimmy Ward, versatile D-back. Gardner Johnson's out there. I don't know if they play that game again. Nick Scott, Cisco, Stone, Donovan Wilson, and then Andrew Wingard there. And Wingard struggled last year, but he had a great coverage year before. So intriguing pieces for sure. Again, I'm looking in the draft if I'm the Eagles, but I would definitely add a free agent as well. Add a lot of competition. That safety room needs revamped. Again, love Makuba. Sidney Brown, I like special teams, but that's about as far as that goes. Now, you guys let me know how you feel. What safeties, corners, linebackers, edge guys, interior D linemen, maybe the special teamers. Who would you add to this Eagles team before the draft, just in case? Because you never know how the draft's going to play out. So you got to make sure you have some competition at these positions. They don't have to make the team, but bring them in and then add in the draft, and then how that goes. But all I've got for you here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. If you have any questions, anything to add, I'd love to hear from you. Appreciate you guys hitting the like button, sharing, subscribing, becoming members. All that stuff truly does help. I'll be back tomorrow evening talking about what happens in free agency, any of the new players the Eagles are supposed to get. We'll talk about all that stuff. But if you need anything, you can always reach out. Always here for you guys as you are for me. I hope you had yourselves a fantastic weekend. But I'll be back tomorrow. Until then, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there, and as always, say it with me now, sickos. Go Birds!